Tufftalk. You know what I mean? Your boy Bigsnoop came out. I'm really like staying away from people and all that. So me and B McFly, y'all already know who he is. So I don't gotta tell y'all who he is. You know, his reputation precedes him. But he came to kick it with the big homie, man. And social distancing, you know, he's sitting over there, I'm sitting over there, man. You know what I mean? We gonna keep it right. We mirrors for the people. The people look up to us.
Right.
So we gotta show some social distancing, man.
Right, we gotta make sure.
Hey, man. But thanks though, man, for coming out to talk to me today, man. We had this conversation, man. The people laid up in the house, the fans, they wanted some more content. So I said, man, B McFly, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? What's up, man? How you feel, man?
I'm good, bro, man.
And I'm great, man. You know, listen, right? It feels good to be here. You know what I mean? I'm loving the ambiance, man.
Thanks,
I'm loving the movement.
Thanks, bro.
I mean, I'm just here, man, to spread the word, man.
Yeah, man, spread it, man. The people need it, man. We got to uplift our people at this moment, man.
Nah, that's a fact, man, and that's what it's all about,
and some people got to take it serious, too.
Right.
We got to take it more serious, man.
Right. Definitely, man. And I'm here to tell everybody, man, you know, B McFly, the top motivator in the world and the sober messenger, man. And I'm a sober messenger for a reason. You know what I mean? You know, get off them drugs, man. This is what I preach about, man. This is what I talk about, man. The drugs destroyed me, destroyed my family, destroyed my community. So I'm just here to, you know, work it out, man.
And that's why you definitely somebody, man, I definitely had in my call log that I definitely wanted to sit down and have this conversation with, this Tuff Talk, because I met you when I worked for Philadelphia Anti-Drug, Anti-Violence Network. And I already knew who you were from your from your scripts. I mean, from the shows that you do. And I was impressed by that. You know what I mean? So I said, Dag, now I got an opportunity, I got a platform, I want to share it with him too.
Right.
I mean, let's share it together, man.
Right, man. Cross promotion, man.
I mean, let's share it together, man. But you know, let's talk about, man, when we first met, man.
Yo, when I first met Snoop, man, when I first met you, bro, I said, hold up, man, who this linebacker? You know what I'm saying?
Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle in these suits, man. Like, yo, the dude's so elegant, man. Big guy. I'm like, yo, man, I like this guy, man. Like, you know the energy, right? And like when you see, like, I know your background and you explain your background and all of that, but you didn't come off like, yeah, this is my background. Because looking at you, I wouldn't have never known that. I would sort of been like, yo, you're a retired football player. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys that, you know, come from where you come from, they still got to give off that persona like, yeah, and I'm still in it and I'm still with it. Where you gave off the, you know, I'm here to change. And I'm here to change the narrative. And the only way, the one phrase you used to say a lot was, we got to save these babies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you took me down to the suit spot down on Chestnut, was it?
Chestnut Street.
And I said, yo, man, this dude is different. I love him already. Let's get to it, man. It's my guy, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that we met, man. You know, I said, you know, telling people how we met because, you know, a lot of people will be wondering how you know him and how you know her. And, you know what I mean? So sometimes let's tell them how we met. Man.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I really respect the stuff that you're doing, bringing that awareness, you know, because you're getting people to actually sit down and listen.
Right.
Because people, if you paint them that picture, the one where you took the son to the grave and said, get in there.
Right.
Get in there, you want to die.
Right.
You know what I mean? Touch me, man.
Yo, listen, man. And it still hit me. Because imagine if we had fathers. That's the reason why I paint the picture. Because we could talk all day, right? But I was thinking about giving, you know, the viewers a different way of understanding the message. So I started creating skits. The minute I came out of rehab, I said, yo, I'm going to drop skits so people can like see the visual, because the eye can't see itself. So we don't see what we're doing. We feel what we're doing. We have an understanding and a sense of direction, but we don't see what's going on. So I said, damn, you know what, man? Let me just drop these skits, man, and hopefully people can say, I never looked at it like that. Got me thinking now. So we had our fathers grabbing our sons like, I'm not going to lose you to the streets. Let's go to the grave right now. Let's get this shit over with. Maybe we can come with a different approach.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I showed that to a lot of shooters, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I sent it to them, the ones I know. Look at this, man.
Right.
Check this out, man. Something to watch. But another thing you know, I want to give you your roses now.
Ah, man, let's go.
I mean, I want to celebrate you now because I'm proud of you.
I mean, I appreciate it.
You know, there's
man.
another thing about you that made me proud. I love to see our black men educated that didn't go to prison.
Right.
Educated, didn't go to prison, giving back to the kids with the same passion that I have. You know, it's like, damn, where do you get that passion
Right.
from? You know what I mean? But we grew up in the same type of neighborhoods, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just respecting you, man, because you are a persona of a real black man, an embodiment of a black man that was in the hood that didn't succumb
Right.
to my environment.
Right.
I'm a product of my environment.
Right.
No.
Right.
This is a product of
Right.
our environment.
Right.
This is a product of our mind as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to shed some light on that, your educational background. Like you went to school,
Right.
you didn't go to prison.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like give them that story.
I grew up in West Philly.
Yeah.
I tell people, and I take pride in this, right? I went to 3 schools from elementary to high school. I went to Hannah, Shoemaker, and Overbrook. The 3 schools, Guyon Bluford, the first black astronaut, went to all 3 schools.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So for people that don't know, Guyon Bluford is from West Philly. He went to all 3 of those schools. Wow. So I'm like, damn, I take pride in that. Wilt Chamberlain, I don't know about elementary, but I believe Shoemaker Junior High and definitely Overbrook, he went to those schools. And Will Smith went to Overbrook. So I'm like, well, damn, man, we got the 3 top guys. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, all right. So I went there. It was still rough. I did a little fighting and all of that. But I still managed to go to school because I felt like the good girls is going. So why not me? Like, I want to follow them. I graduated. I got kicked out of Overbrook my last couple months, which was crazy because I'm still fighting. You know, playing both sides of the fence. And that was my issue. I didn't have a man growing up, or wasn't no men around. So when we go outside, the people that we're looking for to help us is the people that's outside with us. So now it's like, you know, I'm playing both sides of the fence. But when I came back, my stepfather at the time said, yo, man, you can still go to school. I thought I could go to Villanova, but I not knowing that you need good grades and stuff. So I said, you know what school I'm going to go to? Then my best friend said he going to Lincoln University. I said, I'm going to Lincoln University then.
HBCU.
Yeah, HBCU, man. The first black...
Shout out to Lincoln.
Shout out to Lincoln University. This is the first black college that gave degrees away. Cheney is the first black college, but they weren't giving out degrees.
Wow.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Lincoln was giving out degrees, and now I take pride in that because you got Langston Hughes and the narrator for The Roots. You got so many people. You got me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a lot of people that graduated from Lincoln. I graduated in 2004. Now this is where the tables start to get crazy because when I graduated,
I want to translate something before you get there. Right? When you graduated in 2005, right? You just said something to me that stuck out. That's epic. You spoke about those great black men that preceded you, that you looked to, and took them on as heroes and people to be like. So that's another thing that I like to say to the youth, and that's why I want to focus on that because I always tell the youth, like back in the day, whatever sport we played, whatever educational discipline we was at, we always look for the great ones, those disciplines in the sport field. We want to be like Michael Jordan, or Charles Barkley, or Shaquille O'Neal. You dig me? And that was like reaching for greatness.
Right, that was a reaching
for great at that age. And it's like, at what point in our lives did we stop reaching for greatness, and why? We start looking at knucking them, and I don't know nobody named Nuck.
Me either.
But I'm just saying that we start looking at knucking them on the corner, hustling. He got the bitch and the cars and all that type. That's stuff, talk. He got the bitches.
Yeah.
You think me? And the cars and all that type stuff. So it's like, damn, what about him? And everybody start looking over there and look, that's mediocre.
Right.
And then I just wanted to shine some light on that because take that message, take that from B. McFly.
Right.
Look for greatness.
Yeah,
model your life at that greatness.
You know what's so funny it's funny that you said that is because we're not taught greatness. Meaning like in elementary school, nobody was saying Guyon Bluford went here. It was just, yo, you're in elementary school and I go to Hannah. That's all I knew. They changed it to Guyon Bluford, but I didn't know a man, the first black astronaut went to Guyon, went to Hannah in Shoemaker in Overbrook. So I'm happy that you said that. And even speaking with college, you see the names and the pictures on the wall, right? But it's not praised. And that's the one thing about the black culture. We don't praise our great grandfathers, because how far can you go back to say my grandfather was here? Like, we don't see our grandfathers. We only see our grandmothers. So we don't know our history, man. So let alone praising greatness. So when we go out to the block, we go outside, the only people we know is the people I see. You're great to me because I want to be like you. You fly, Snoop. You get the money. You get the honeys. Man, I'm trying to be like Snoop. That's who I look up to. So if we taught, so now with me having children, I teach them about the history as far as I can go first, and then I teach them about me, and then I teach them about greatness. You could be better than them. And that's what I do, man. So education for me was always imperative. I'm liberal. I want to learn. I always want to learn. Whether it's something that I don't like or I'm intrigued by it, like I want to know more. I just want to learn so I can debate. I want to be able to talk. Like, I want to have different conversations. You notice these people don't have great conversations because they only go as far as they know.
Yeah. With that being said, we're going to come back at the commercial break.
Okay.
You know, and we're going to pick up from right there.
Okay, no problem. I like this, man.
Welcome back to another episode of Tuff Talk. I mean, y'all know y'all just left. I mean, they was watching us. They checking us out. I mean, B, thanks for coming on, man. We had a great first half of the show, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Give them some of that again.
Yo, listen, right? So it's like growing up, we're used to, dealing with both sides of the fence. A lot of us are followers, right? Like, we follow the trend. We really don't want to be a part of that trend, that dangerous trend, but we follow it. So when I graduated from college, I'm from Master Street. Master Street versus Lansdowne was the war for about 8 to 10 years. Man, I got shot in 04, man. I graduated May 2nd, 2004. I got shot July 4th, 2004. And now it's on. Forget college. You know what I mean? And not only now that I'm shot and all that, the doctors prescribe me Percocets. Once they prescribe me Percocets, man, I'm dumping them joints like they Scooby, like snacks. And that's what I got addicted to. So for 4 years of my life, I was on and off them joints. But 2008 is when I took off with it. So my addiction with the Percocets took me to places that I could never believe. I did everything under the sun to get my drug of choice except with another man. I used my children. I stole from my children. I used women. I stole from women. I was a criminal. And when we say I never made it to the penitentiary, thank God. Because I could have been there. I could have been dead, homeless, or in prison.
It definitely had a spot for you.
Definitely. So at this point, where my passion comes from, my father was on drugs, my mother was on drugs, right? So, and I seen so many people on drugs, right? We feel like it can never happen to us though. Like, I know me, man. I'm McFly. Man, drugs. But then once I started seeing that my dosage was higher, I went from taking the 512 to taking 530s on the wake up. 530s in the middle of my day. I need to still get higher. 530s at night if I got the bread. And in the back of my mind, I used to get so high, right? In the back of my mind, I used to be like, man, what if I don't wake the fuck up? And when I woke up, guess what I did? I got high again. I never even wanted to wake up though, because I didn't want to go through the withdrawals. I didn't want to go through the withdrawal. I didn't feel like scheming. I used to wake up and say, damn, why can't I go back to sleep? And that told me that I wanted to commit suicide. And this is why I'm so passionate about everything that I do out here, from creating skits to telling people to get off the Percocets and get off of whatever. Like I'm passionate about it because we're losing in every category but death in jail. We're losing, black men are losing in every category but death in jail.
That's where we winning at.
That's where we winning at. Yo, we won. Yo, what? Statistical categories, man. Yo, we got that on top. Listen, it's easy to get respect. All you need is heart, a gun. It's hard to gain success. I tell people all the time, man, why do we try to prove to people that we can die instead of proving to our family that we can live and be successful?
Well, right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, like, when you talk about getting respect, I could go outside right now, have a gun on me. We can rip, we can rumble, that's hard. Pulling the gun and shooting your target, that's hard too. But it takes more for success. It's more to it. And this is why we go after respect and success, because that's the easiest thing to do. And this is why, again, I'm passionate. So when we met each other, our energies matched. This is why I honor you, because you did your tick in jail, you did what you did, and you don't portray it like, oh, yo, yeah, I'm involved. You got a couple of these guys out here that still can't get away from it. And I tell the kids, right, I said, listen, you ain't got to be a tough guy, just don't be no bitch. Meaning, you don't let a person just hit you and you don't do nothing, but a grown man know how to rationalize, know how to use his intellect. A little ass boy go off of his emotions. They say, yeah, more women are emotional. No, nigga, men is emotional. Because the first thing, if you and I can't agree, the first thing we're going to do is argue about it. The second thing is, I'm tired of arguing. What's the next move? Come on, bro. And this is why I honor you, because you was out there with me. You really wanted it. The moves that you made and the progression that you made, like, since we met each other. Because I was like, you just came home, I believe. And I just came from out of rehab. I was like 6 months clean. And you was like, you wasn't even a year out. So, and look at us now. So at this point, man, like, the passion is there. And 2 years ago, I was begging and borrowing. Now I got Steph Curry. I'm hollering at Steph Curry, the best shooter in NBA history, in my DM. I holler at Damian Lillard like every other week. Just on the, what's good? How you? You couldn't have told me this 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was, yo, Snoop, let me borrow $20, bro. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Dan, let me get one until next week. Don't be ashamed of your story. Be ashamed if it's no ending to your story.
Real rap. And I'm glad, man, that you gave me this transparency, man, because I had a whole bunch of questions for you, man. Mm-hmm. But you answered a lot of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But one of the biggest things with, like, a lot of guys, they think that cool is coming home from prison. Cool is being a street nigga. And that's what defined cool. That's what cool is to them. So just having a young black man that went to school.
Right.
Got caught up, but you still was able to have enough gumption,
right,
to go back to school,
right.
You know, so that takes something. That takes a man to realize where I messed up at, where I made poor decisions at, and you didn't let the drug beat you. I salute you for that, because we lost a lot of our strong black men to drugs.
I tell people, I said, I know friends, people that I know people personally, and people that I don't know personally that sold me fake pills. And I just thank God today I'm here to save lives, man. And I ain't even mad at nobody. Because I sold drugs. I never sold fake pills, but I sold drugs. And I be looking at people like down on Kensington and all that. Man, when I first went to rehab, man, I used to look at it like, damn, you look like you just came from the sewer, bro. I at least had a crib to go to. Man, 2 weeks in, man, I said, I ain't far removed. I'm just like them. I'm a junkie.
Had to embrace that part.
Action speaks louder than words, man. My words was I want to get off of pills. My action was, damn, I got to go to rehab. But character speaks louder than actions. So at this point, 2 weeks in, I had to reframe my character and say, when I get out of here after my 30 days, I'm going to be the most transparent motivator that anybody ever seen in their lives. It's easy to talk about the surface, but it's hard to talk about the harsh reality.
And this is the real tough talk shit that I've been talking about.
Tough talk.
Grown
men.
Having these conversations, being vulnerable. Having black men being vulnerable to our society.
Right.
Let them know the traumatic experiences that we went through.
Right.
And that's how we connect with them.
Right.
That's why they love us.
Right.
Don't ask why we winning. Don't ask why we on deck.
Right.
That's why, because we keep it real. Mm-hmm. We're not role models, we real models.
Right. Grown men.
You dig what I'm saying? We got a message, man, that we gonna get out here, man. Hate it or love it.
Right. You gotta get it out there. And I get a lot of flack for that. I get a lot of flack for that because I don't talk about, it's easy to talk about me being in jail or whatever the case may be. I talk about being a deadbeat dad. You know how many people are on Instagram right now posing in their best fit, got their best angles, and ain't taking care of their fucking kids? I was chilling on the block doing everything but thinking about my kids. I'll argue with you about sports knowing damn well I got to pick my kids up, and then I'll make up an excuse like, oh, I'll be there and still want to argue with you. Meaning in a good way, in a bad way. Looking to sell drugs, looking to deal with women instead of taking care of my kids. And a lot of people will be upset with me instead of saying, damn, how can you help me get over this hump? Because I was just like you. I talk about me and everything that I do. I was a user. I use women. I talk about me. And it's a million other men out there that are just like me. But the harsh reality hurts. A person that look at me and say, oh, you 2 years clean. What you think, you better than me? Bro, I be in my crib going crazy, fighting demons. If you need help, me helping you will keep me sober. Come get it. Come get the help. But our mentality is always, yo, I don't like you because you're doing better than me. Man, I ain't telling you I love you. I hate you, for real, for real. And this is why you got guys out here, man, going through so much, man. They crying for help, but they afraid to just say, help me. Man, you know, Styles said it the best. I'm a real nigga. I'm going to hug you if you breaking down. And that's me.
Well, right. Hey, man. How much more can really be said, you know what I mean, in this conversation that we just had? I mean, but I want y'all, man, to listen and reflect. Y'all locked in right now. Listen and reflect on what was just said, man, and reach out for greatness. Mm-hmm. Leave alone that mediocre stuff, man, and reach out for greatness. Mm-hmm. I mean, let my man B McFly, man, say something, man. Give him something, man.
Yo, listen, man, I just want to say, you know, my name B McFly. I say I'm the top motivator in the world, not because I want to sound cocky, but I say that because I speak on the poor people. I speak on people that feel like there's no hope when they wake up. I speak on the people that say my father wasn't around, my mother wasn't around, and I never had no role model in my life. I speak on the harsh reality, and it took a grown man. I had to be a grown man to discover this. And this is why I say I'm the top motivator in the world, and as a sober messenger, I'm sober. I don't do nothing at all. So if you want the realness, man, if you want help and you want to face the harsh reality, come see me, because I check them DMs, man. I help everybody. People tell me, yo, I don't want my face to be seen on. I don't want this, I don't want that, but I'm suffering. Talk to me. And this is what I'm here for, man. I'm an active listener. The one thing we learned in that shout out to Brandon. Yo, shout out to Brandon, man. He taught me how to be an active listener. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm here for, man. And like I create these skits so we can see the realness instead of talking about the realness all day long.
You're all right.
And I'm happy that I'm here.
It's the first of our collaboration, man. We're going to do something in the future.
That's a fact, man. And I'm here.
We control this content because we control cool.
Yeah. Shout out to all the motivators, everybody, Wallow, King Erna, so many young kids, Philly Motivation, the Real Tay. Man, there's so many other guys out there, man.
About your boy T.
Yo, listen, let me explain something to you about T. I love that kid, man. Shout out to Major Change, too. Major Change. Shout out to T, man. No Gun Zone. Man, I'm here, man. Shout out to everybody that's doing it. Man, I'm happy.
No doubt. Thanks for coming through, man. Sitting down. He found your one. I found mine, but he found his. Yo, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Tuff Talk, man. Stay safe. Protect your families. Wash your hands. Listen to the news, man. Stay informed. We out.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.